very practical, impactful story, so I want you to be able to hear it. I'm writing this anonymously. When I was first invited to speak, I hesitated. I wondered what I could possibly offer this wider community. Many people today are afraid to speak publicly, and that fear is real. I felt it too. But after sitting with the invitation, I realized that perhaps the small work I had done could encourage someone else. So I'm finding a way to speak. Not because I'm ashamed of what I believe, but because courage sometimes looks like showing up in whatever way you can. And because what matters most is that we show up. This is not me, by the way, this is someone else. I have lived in Lancaster County for many years and am now in my 70s. I am a grandmother, retired, and like many people here, I do what I can to be a help to others. I believe my Christian faith comes alive when it is practiced in caring for the most vulnerable and in helping make a home for the refugee in our midst. For the past 16 years, I have volunteered with refugee resettlement here in Lancaster. I work along organizations like Lancaster Refuge and Church World Service, groups that help people who have fled violence and persecution begin again in a place they did not choose, but now call home. I began in a simple way. I drove people to appointments, medical visits, immigration appointments, grocery stores. As a mother and a grandmother, I know how important it is to get your family where they need to be. So I used what I had, the car, and some time. 16 years ago, that felt small. But I have watched what small things can become. I have seen families arrive here after fleeing threats most of us will never face. Leaving your home is not a dream. It is often a last option. Many travel through multiple countries before landing somewhere they did not choose, carrying everything they own in a single bag. I have watched parents learn English, find work, start businesses. I have watched children grow and thrive. I have seen families move from surviving to belonging. Every time I see that, I remember that I was just one small part of a much larger circle of care. No act is too small. There is one moment I will never forget. During Ramadan, I went to pick up a mother and her 3 teenage children for a medical appointment. After their appointment, they invited me inside their apartment. It was a sacred month for them, and they were fasting. The mother was not feeling well and went to rest, and I found myself sitting with 2 of the 3 teenagers who insisted on making me tea and offering me pastries they themselves could not eat. They could not partake, but they still wanted to share in hospitality. In that moment of generosity, something deeply sacred passed between us. I left that apartment with a deeper understanding of how relationships change everything. When you move from charity to knowing someone's name, from benevolence to community, something shifts. You stop seeing refugees. You start seeing neighbors. This is why I am writing to you. Singing is powerful. We are called to more than singing about bodies on the line. We are called to stand close enough to touch those bodies, to know their names, to sit in their living rooms, and to practice the kind of presence that changes us as much as it changes them. You do not have to overhaul your life. Start small. Donate food or money. Help someone practice English. Offer a ride. Mentor a young person. Help someone study for their citizenship test. Volunteer an afternoon. Use the skills you already have. Right now. Not when it feels safer. Not when someone else does it first. Right now. We do this together. It began for me with a car and an open so can nurse. Let's take the small step before us, side by side, and begin shaping the kind of community where everyone can belong.